This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com. Hello, welcome back to the second week of Way Before the Bat, our Capes and Lunatics Pennyworth podcast. Well, let's see if it's a series or a mini-series. I am Phil, and Tyler could not join us tonight. Lil could not join us tonight. But hey, got the professor.
Charlie the Professor Essa.
Yeah.
Soon to be a villain on Pennyworth. I don't know. They might write me in. Who knows? It's a crazy mixed-up world, the Pennyworth version of England.
First, can I say you were wrong? Jason was not Jason Blood. Thank you.
No. Yeah. I only saw. I said that when I had seen the first 5 minutes of it or something. Yeah. I knew. Oh, dice. I didn't see the whole. No. Although, who he might be, if you really want to just stretch your mind a bit, dang, that looks like a left-handed Joker origin.
Kind of, sort of, but the Joker would be way old if that was supposed to be the Joker, though.
Yeah, falling of added chemicals. It makes you youthful.
Embalmed you.
Yeah, he's pretty much embalmed. I'm just saying, or maybe that's Joker's dad.
No,
drops it over to Gotham because his uncle says, "Just leave London."
All the good and bad that comes to Gotham originates in the UK.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, isn't that true for all of America?
True.
Yeah. Oh, dang Brits, man.
All right. Before we get too far in, I know. Do you want to read the IMDb credits?
Yeah. So tonight's episode, "The Landlord's Daughter," Season 1, Episode 2. Alfred turns down an offer from billionaire businessman Thomas Wayne. And just as a point of order, we didn't know he was a billionaire businessman yet. Up until this point, he's a forensic accountant. So I just want to point that out. So they may be giving us some spoilers here. I don't know.
Yeah, but again, it's a prequel. It's Bruce Wayne's dad, so he's got to have some money.
And instead accepts an assignment that puts him in the crosshair of one of the East End's most dastardly figures. Our director this week is Danny Cannon. And meanwhile, Bruno Heller, hardest working man in show business, gets both the developed by and written by credits. And of course, Bob Kane and Bill Finger share equal credit based on characters for DC. Because, they were totally equal partners in all of this. Sorry, just trying to start some internet fights. Okay.
Well, Bob King used to take all the credits.
Yes, I know.
Everyone's like, if it wasn't for Bill Finger, Batman would have, Bob Kane would have went with a red suit and a blonde guy in a red suit and it's just a horrible costume.
I don't know. I want to go to that. You know what? We have to go to that universe in the Infinite Crisis. They got it. By the way, speaking of Infinite Crisis, did you hear who's playing future Batman?
Oh, Crisis on Infinite Earths. Yeah. Conroy. Yeah. Conroy. Yeah.
Conroy.
The voice of animated Batman. Yes.
Yes. Well, I think they're doing the. Also he's doing the. Elder Batman. So I think they're doing the Batman Beyond.
Yeah,
storyline.
Maybe. Yeah, old Bruce Wayne. Yeah.
Well,
because he did the voice for that too.
Mm-hmm. He's very good at it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Anyway, let's get to Way Before the Bat, where our story begins with Thomas Wayne saying, "I could use a man like you in my organization."
Oh, yes. It's coming to see Alfred at the club he works at.
Yeah,
they upped the adult factor a little bit this episode.
Yeah, that was originally just kind of a straight cabaret. Now it's straight on strip club.
Mm-hmm. I thought that's what they were kind of painting at last week, but then I was like, oh, okay, maybe they're just not going to show anything. But no, you got topless this episode.
Yeah. Well, there are go-go clubs and there are strip clubs. These are very different things. You see him throwing the short guy out for getting too handsy, which actually suggests there's maybe some private dancing going on. Private dancing for money, which also means Esme is a sex worker.
Is she? Or
nothing wrong with that.
Was she a dancer? She was a dancer. I'm trying.
Yeah, I believe she did. Yeah, she danced.
She's not just a waitress or.
No, she wasn't a waitress. She wasn't working as a waitress in a cocktail bar when he met her.
Yes.
No, she was a dancer, an artistic dancer, But yeah, no, based on what we see this episode, I'm guessing, not virgin territory. But then again, that's what daughter of a vicar. Am I right? Daughter of a vicar.
Governor.
Yeah, but him turning down Bruce Wayne, and this was interesting because I actually missed this the first time, which is the detective, and I'm forgetting his name, and of course I've already closed down the IMDb, but our a very British and also subcontinental detective says, you'll be approached by some people, probably seeming very friendly. And then they flashes to him seeing Thomas Wayne. It's like, yeah. I said, no one like that's approached me. Because Alfred is not going to sell out anyone, doesn't trust the state, doesn't trust any of these conspirators. He just wants to make his bones. But of course, you can't. You're going to get pulled into this, Alfie. We know you are. Should have listened to his dad, became a butler.
I know, and that like no real arguments with the dad. You only saw the dad like for a couple of minutes this episode, but just sitting in the easy chair watching TV, no arguments.
Yeah, although again we get to the reality that this is a public hanging kind of universe.
Oh yeah, I know. I was like, really? I'm like,
yeah, hey, stay out of the splash zone, kids. Stay out of the splash zone.
I'm like, they don't even they don't even televise that, in the real world, currently. It's like, Well,
I mean, and it's not just the hanging; it's the disembowelment.
I know. I'm like, the hanging's not enough.
But last episode we saw the people in stocks, we saw the people in the raven cages. Really, this was very much. They did that pilot, and now they're saying, and here's what our universe looks like.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when they go to Arkham in Gotham, in Before the Bat, or not Before the Bat, in Gotham. That was the name of the show. Like I said, this definitely feels like it's in that universe.
Yeah.
Just everything about it. But I love it because it is just as over the top as Gotham, and somehow more so. Which is, if you liked Gotham, you're going to love this. And in fact, I wonder if we're going to go see Ra's al Ghul at some point. Because he's not dead yet in this universe.
Oh no, this is that's before the birth of Bruce Wayne. He's alive somewhere.
Oh, I'll throw this one up to you. What do you think about Thomas Wayne actually working with Ra's al Ghul in this universe?
Maybe, but it's like, I don't know.
I still want a random mugger to kill Thomas Wayne, but if he actually is working with Ra's al Ghul as part of the No Name Society, makes sense. But we don't even deal with any of those conspirators for the most part this week, except with our lovely Beth. Or is it Beth or Beth?
IMDb saying Bet, B-E-T.
Bet, yeah. So that's again a shortened version of Elizabeth. We see her in the Tower of London.
And again, going adult. Yeah, I know it's not real, but like showing like a full condom, and
Yeah. Well, why is the guy leaving his condoms around?
That was my question. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, are you trying to punish her or something? But I was like, even if she wasn't trying to blackmail you, I'm like, there aren't other guards here. I'm sure you're not sitting there 24 hours a day. Another guard's not going to walk in and be like, what's it? What's this?
Yeah. Well, obviously, obviously he's sloppy.
Oh, definitely.
What I'll say is he's smart enough to use a condom for some reason, but dumb enough to leave it behind.
I guess he doesn't want to get her pregnant or so,
She's dying in a week.
Or maybe he's afraid she has something. Who knows?
Yeah, that's possible too. Although arguably there is that idea that if she were to become pregnant, then they could not hang her.
Maybe.
Because there actually are documented cases of that where they postpone the execution because the murderess got pregnant.
And then that would be proof that there's some hanky panky going on because she's locked in a cell. It's like, well,
yeah. But then, okay. So for those who, well, I hope you've watched the show by now, kids, because you should. It's a really fun show.
Yeah.
She gives him the letters as part of the blackmail.
Mm.
Then he mails the letters. He didn't have to do that.
Well, I mean, she's holding on to those condoms and stuff, and
No. But she says, mail these out. So yes, I'll do that. And says, did you mail those letters? Yes, I mailed them. London Post Office, am I right? They ever delivered stuff where it's supposed to go? Who knows? It'll get there sometime in the next week or so.
That's true, I guess.
Not the most efficient people in the world.
Yeah. Unless you're just afraid, she's going to scream a confession, as she's being had.
Yeah, well, no, because they put the gag in your mouth, so you can't. Because that's an important plot point. Because when they do the old switcheroo,
yes,
and the maid gets hanged instead, and not for nothing, I don't know why the matron, because they have her hands tied, but it's not like she couldn't reach up and pull off the bag.
I'm trying to remember if
No, I'm remembering the logistics on this. They weren't tied behind her back; they were tied in front of her. So
were they holding her arms as they were carrying her up or something?
Yeah, that might have been it too. But then then I think if you're the matron, you're probably going to be fighting a bit more.
Oh, I mean,
you're going to go limp. You're going to do something. You're going to figure out a way to get your message across.
I mean, yeah. Well, she had the gag again. She had the gag in her mouth. So I mean, she was screaming. But we're just assuming, it's someone who's going to die. So of course they're screaming.
But of course, obviously, and this was the other, and this, of course, and to everyone listening, this is at the end of the series, the end of this episode that we're talking about, because this was mostly what you might call a B story episode, where most of what happens in the episode is about this small side quest that Alfred goes on, instead of this main overarching theme of the
first job. Yeah.
But no, but I mean, when they take that bag off, they're going to see that's not that lady that was supposed to die.
I know. Well,
in fact, that's Stu from accounting.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I wonder how long they take to take that bag off after someone dies.
Yeah, well, and it is just an issue there that they may not want to admit it, but they're going to know immediately.
Oh yeah, so they take that bag off.
Yeah, because as we see, when the guys are leaving, they both take off their masks and they go for a pint.
Yeah.
So clearly, they know each other. They talk to each other, and they're going to know. Oh, hey, one of the matrons is missing. They're also going to notice that Dan is missing. So basically, they all know she escaped.
Oh yeah. And especially the dead woman doesn't have her face. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's that story. But getting back to our main story. So there's a guy by the name of Jason Ripper. Jason Ripper.
Don't get me started on that family name.
Well, that's why he's the man from Whitechapel. You see,
I know, but the uncle, just like cuts up dead bodies and stuff, and their name's Ripper. I was like, oh.
I know. Well, yeah, that again, because where Jack the Ripper operated, right?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah, wasn't it London?
Whitechapel.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's why they call him the man from Whitechapel.
Yeah.
Implying that this is like basically that Jack the Ripper was a crime lord.
So the uncle was Jack the Ripper,
or descendant thereof.
Yeah.
That this is the Ripper line.
The
Ripper was actually their last name, which is brilliant if you think about it. So, we got to find this guy. He's calling himself Jack the Ripper. Well, that guy's name's Ripper. Well, he wouldn't be that obvious.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, would it really be his real last name?
Or they just adopted the persona of Jack the Ripper,
crime boss.
Because of course they're in Whitechapel. They're going to call themselves the Rippers because they want to invoke that fear. Much like in the Superior Watchmen film to the Watchmen books, the supervillains were the first to create personas because it was a very easy way to scare people away.
Or he's an analogy to all those Gotham lunatics who
yeah. Which again ties back to if this guy winds up at a carnival if his son's a blind fortune teller, that's all I'm going to say. Once you get to the U.S., okay, but
so yeah, Jason Ripper comes in and is like, well, basically harasses this, I guess the bar owner's daughter every time he comes in.
Yeah, and as he said, she was smarling too much at the people. I said, but I'm not going to complain because she's bringing in, the money, which is like, oh well, glad you're happy to pimp out your daughter, Captain. No, I mean I don't want to be that rude because obviously, hey, bartenders are supposed to be friendly, and bar patrons are supposed to be respectful of that.
Exactly.
If you're a bar patron, you're supposed to say, thanks for. You tip nicely and you thank them for making you feel like a human being for once in your life as you sit there and slowly kill yourself with alcohol. That's the deal. This Ripper fella, he doesn't respect that kind of organization. And he thinks because she smiled at him, he now has certain rights and privileges, which he does not.
No.
And is extra creepy about the whole thing, too. And that's the thing. Not for nothing. She's a bar owner's daughter. I don't think she's above dating a mobster. But Jason is very creepy about it.
Exactly. I mean, if he would have come in like a nice guy, but instead he's just like, oh yeah, pull the tap slow. Yeah, I love you.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, dude, just you got no game. You got no game, Jason Ripper. You got no game.
Well,
that's your problem.
Yeah, I think. Well, the other part of the problem is too. I mean, he probably wasn't raised in a decent family, and two, it's like, has he ever needed game? Because it's like, oh, date me or my uncle will kill you or something.
Well, yeah, but the thing is that it doesn't seem like he wants. It seems like he wants her to be his girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
He even says, if someone's made you sad, I'll kill him. But it's like, first off, your mom should have raised you better.
Oh, again, he's another one. He sees women as objects. I will have that object.
But his mom should have raised him better about that. His mom should have said, look. Women aren't objects. You really want to get into a lady's panties. Treat them with respect.
Again, and either she wasn't a good mom, or maybe didn't have one.
Mom because it's British.
Maybe didn't have one. Maybe she died. Maybe she died when he was very young.
No, she's still alive. Because
yeah.
Because that's why he's still alive. Because it would break your poor mom's heart if I killed you. So I'm just going to say leave.
Oh, yeah, because you're
pathetic.
Yeah.
Now, I wonder if him... I can't get that far ahead. But I wonder if he's going to show up again.
Who, the uncle?
I wonder if he's going to be a recurring villain. Jason.
Well, I don't think Jason dares set foot in London again, so...
Well, there's lots of places outside of London.
I know.
And just because he can't... Just because he's supposed to leave London... Let's put it this way. He's a man who finds himself in orbit. He could wind up as Bob the Goon's father if you go back to the 80s Batman. There's a long line of proper goons in service of violent men, which is what his bailiwick was. Being a proper goon in the service of violent men. Although I love Dave Boy in this. When, Alfred's sort of debating what to do with this. He's like, you're S.A. freaking S.
No.
And then when it's all said and said, well, that was probably not the best idea we ever had. It's like, you're the one who told me to do it. It's like, are you taking advice from me? Look at me. I gotta tell you, just because his name isn't Bullock, he's got to be related to Bullock. There is some bastard Bullock out there that is also a Dave Boy.
Well, yeah,
I got to believe that.
There's Gotham creators behind this show, so yeah, I think they like that Bullock archetype.
Yeah, well, exactly. And Dave Boy is, well, he's like Bullock. He's Bullock cranked up to 11. He's like Bullock without the restraint. He's Bullock without the wisdom and intelligence that is Bullock. Which is funny to say. Next episode, you get such fun with Dave Boy. But
I didn't watch it yet, but
oh man, you only got 3 episodes now. We gotta binge these. Gotta know what's going on.
I know, but I like to stay. I like to stay fresh. I've been watching them the day of the morning of before we record these. I like it.
Okay, well that's fine. That's fine, Philip. You do you, Philly. You. That's insulting to him to call him Philly because he's actually from Pittsburgh.
That's right.
Just like Jim Shooter. He's no Philadelphian. The heck with those guys. Think they're so fancy because they're over on the east side. West Side for life.
But yeah, Alfred, Alfred just walks in, Jason's in the daughter's face, and he's just like,
Oh yeah.
I'll take my pint now.
Well, yeah, exactly. And he is perfectly. He is so calm and perfect in the gig, especially in the way that he just taunts Jason. It's like, I hate to say this, your mom lied to you. Doing that to her isn't going to cure anything. Isn't going to save her life.
I know.
Basically saying, I guess you got these problems, buddy. I hate to be the one to break it to you.
I know.
It's not what you think.
I was like, wait a minute, why would Jason say that? But then when Alfred came back with that, I was so crazy.
Well, yeah, because he's trying to So if you ever see Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back,
yes,
there's this scene where they're with the animal rights activists, and I forget who the guy is, who's the nice guy that they have to beat up. I want to say it's Luke Wilson. I could be wrong on that.
Maybe.
But and they make the point about, they get him to say, yeah, if you were sheep, would you have, sheep are beautiful. Wouldn't you be with a sheep if you were a sheep? He's like, well, yeah, if I was a sheep, I guess I was. He's a sheep schmucker. Throw him out of the van. So I guess he's trying to put him in this spot where, would you do this thing so awful? And it's like, but it's a hypothetical, so why would I bother dealing with your nonsense, you silly little man? Because you're a flincher, as they said. Right away, he was a flincher. This guy clearly didn't have the fortitude to be an aide to a man like the man from Whitechapel.
Oh, yeah, because Alfred and his buddies interrogate Jason and basically, tell him.
They don't even interrogate him.
Wow.
They yell at him and scratch the fork on a tin can.
I know.
I mean, literally, it's like, really? You're going to yell at me?
We're sharpening the knives,
Yeah, it's like, it's such weak sauce torture that, you know what? And not for nothing, I can imagine someone like that who maybe never had to work a day in his life because his uncle was someone important. Might be that kind of really soft-bellied guy.
I mean, the only other person we really saw him trying to intimidate was the young lady bartender, and then even when he goes after Alfred, he has his gang with him.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, the guy can't intimidate for assault. I mean, the guy's he's not a major villain.
Mm-hmm.
But it's these kinds of traumas that will lead to a major villain.
Oh yeah.
I think when we see in the last episode where was he a duke or was he an earl? I forget exactly what he was. He was certainly a peer. I don't know which others you're talking about.
The other people who did the show with him.
Oh, well, it's just me and Phil tonight.
Oh.
None of the others could make it, but they're all okay. No one got hurt, as far as we know. Mitch McConnell fell and broke his shoulder recently, though. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Thoughts and prayers for him, I suppose.
It's been a while.
Because that always works.
Yeah. Well, that's why we send them.
Well, we made people sit in a chair and they fell in a trap door.
Oh yeah, well, which I thought was delightful. So yeah, because he's saying, "Oh, you think, but then again, with Daddy Ripper or Uncle Ripper. Or, quite frankly, Uncle Daddy Ripper. I don't know. Let's look at that for a minute because there's a lot of.
I mean, the dude's creepy. He's playing with dead bodies, so
Yeah. Well, but that's one of these things. Is this like an intimidation tactic more than a thing he does?
Yeah, but how far are you gonna going to intimidate someone? You got a dead body sitting in your your office, your hangout or whatever.
Yeah, well obviously he works in a funeral parlor or yeah. So I mean, obviously he has dead bodies laying around. But you don't usually remove parts of dead bodies before you bury them, so I don't know what that's all about. And unless this is a point in history where they're stuffing them with sawdust as a form of mummification.
Oh, unless they're trying to sell organs or something.
I mean, well, who knows? But yeah, he definitely, and he does make. Well, actually, I get the feeling because he takes the kidney out and he puts it in a box. I get the feeling he's going to be sending that to someone.
Oh yeah, maybe.
So I'm guessing that's maybe so. This is a warning. Although, why would you send a kidney? It's like I don't know. It's a kidney. Is it Dave's kidney? I guess it's Dave. I've never seen Dave's kidney. Maybe it was Dave's kidney. Maybe it's Roy's kidney. I don't know.
Maybe he already sent out the heart and stuff. It's like, what I got?
Yeah, I've already got parts to send to people as warnings. So he goes through this whole thing. He's like, oh, because he's always, I just want you to put the word out that I'm a good guy and I want to help you and da da da. Because the whole point is that Mr. Ripper's security is not very good.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly because he's sat on his laurels too long, which is a real thing. You get to be this guy who's very feared. Suddenly you're not so worried about people coming in and knocking you over.
Yeah, Alfred just...
And this essentially makes the point. Like, dude, I could have come in here and just killed you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't scare me because I have literally carried dead bodies across the battlefield. You are a gangster. Ooh, so scary. And literally, if I pop you, no one's going to care because all that's going to happen is I just gave someone else a promotion.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you're that scary.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't want to cause a mess with this guy. And he's like, oh, is he clever or is he crazy? And he gets his own little jokery vibes going. And but of course, this also shows the fact that Alfred, as skilled as he is as a guy ready to fight and kill, he is not ready for superheroism. Mm-mm. He is not ready for supervillains because trapdoor chair didn't see that coming. Because that's how we roll in the supervillain world.
I know. I was just waiting for Ripper to have be petting a cat or something. No, Mr. Pennyworth, I expect you to die.
Well, but that was the thing. You didn't expect him to die. You just expected him to, understand that, look, I know you think you're all that,
mm-hmm.
but just understand, you're not the first guy to come in here like this.
Yeah, no. Yeah, the Ripper said, he's like, yeah, what, would you expect me to find you, humorous or whatever? He's like, no. He's like, I completed my job. I showed you a weak link in your organization.
Yeah, he's expecting respect, and and for what it's worth, he earned it because when he fell in there were no alligators in there at the time.
No spikes, nothing.
No, yeah, and he didn't just reclose the door and let him in there to die in 7 days. Because that's how long you get to live. Even the Red Skull, if which is honestly, I really felt that Magneto should have been watching that when he put the Red Skull in the little tomb to die.
He was busy.
You know what? But you got to take but that if there's anything that the Batman 66 series taught us, you gotta watch the death traps. You gotta stay on top of these
It'll
things.
Be fine. I'll check on him in a week. Yeah, we can.
And that's how they escape. Anyway, but so he does solve the problem with that, and of course, then we see at the end the bartender's or the landlord's daughter. So like, oh, I'm singing, I can be myself again because there's not a creepy boy trying to kill me. Still a lot of creepy guys in the bar, as Alfred points out, but at least none of them are killers, as far as I know, and not specifically wanting to kill me for not loving them. So yay, I'm a singer. So that's her story, and that's a lovely story. Alfred proposes to Esme, which is lovely.
Mm-hmm.
After
she was all creeped out because Bet sent her. Why would Bet send her a letter? Unless she,
because Bet's crazy.
Well, yeah, I guess in her warped mind, she does think.
Yeah, because Bet, just like Jason, it's like, no, we shared something. We got a real thing going on.
Does yeah.
We are sisters, you and I.
Well, they called a real sister to get her out of
prison. Called the real sister Peggy. Sister Peggy. Yes. Who is a dominatrix, which was lovely. Which is a nice, respectable line of work, if you ask me. It's like, oh, no, that's very respectable. It's like, I don't know. She gets into all these weird things. I just have people pay me money to humiliate them. and it's very consensual and very above the board.
Just have a manservant in brawn underwear. Yes,
I'm sure he asked for that,
That's what
or
yeah.
asked with his eyes. You know what I mean? It's but that's the entire point of the dominatrix. The domination submission protocol is it's actually the submissive who willingly gives up the power to the dominant, and that's why it is so thrilling, because the dominant gets to dominate, but it is only at the willingness of the submissive. It's not actually a violent thing. It's actually a willing transfer of power, because that's what makes it hot.
I do love that line Esme threw out, when she was waiting for Alfred, and what was it, like that older actor, he looked like an older actor, come over and was like trying to hit on her. She's like, oh, I'm waiting for her man or whatever. He's like, oh, what does he do? Oh yeah, he sneaks up in the night and kills people.
Yeah, well, not for nothing, she never told a lie.
Oh, the guy's
told a lie. And that guy was clearly some sort of lecher, and that's fine. I'm sure after parties are full of them. But yeah, so I think that we told it in kind of a cockeyed order, but I think that's pretty much everything that happens. We get the warning about watch out for some nice person bearing gifts. They're probably going to pull you into something you don't really want to be into, Alfred. He's like, okay, I'll keep an eye out for that. He doesn't. Watch next episode. Alfred, this is why you get stuck raising a Batman, Alfred, because you just don't have those long-term planning skills.
He's a young man at this point.
I know, but it's like he doesn't want to pick a side. That's his problem,
So you think, what I was thinking? Do you know how you were saying, make him an actor and stuff? So is this like get the best of both worlds? So he's like the military man. He's the fighter, but he learns theatrical skills through his now fiance.
Yeah, I'm gonna go you one better. The father.
What?
I think Thomas, Mr. Pennyworth.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
I think it's going to be that into Mr. Pennyworth yet, but Butler. Because as we know, actually, Grandma and Grandpa Wayne are still alive. Ben's mom, Patricia, is still alive. These Waynes, there's a lot more Waynes than people think. I mean,
No, they could. What was that? It was either Golden Age or Silver Age. Yeah, there was a version of the comics where, it's like, oh yeah, Alfred comes to be their butler because his father before him was, and
it was Thomas Wayne's butler.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I get the feeling, because they did make a point to make his father a butler, to make an entire butler storyline. I do think they're gonna tie that back, because I don't think we've seen the last of Thomas Wayne.
Oh no.
Or Martha Kane next issue. And that's not a spoiler. It's the title of the episode is Martha Kane.
I know. I saw it.
Yeah, so guess who's in this episode? Yeah, not for nothing, Lilith is wrong. There is no chemistry between those two. He's a committed man. He's got Esme.
Oh, Alfred. Alfred. I thought you meant Thomas and Martha.
No.
Alfred. I don't know the episode yet.
Yeah, but that's not Lilith's fan theory.
I know.
There's no fan theory of Thomas and Martha having a healthy relationship. It's fine.
Well, Alfred just met her.
Yeah, but also clearly, and again, like I said, it is Alfred showing a lot of savvy on the battlefield. So it's very good. But Martha Kane, who is a friendly face that he should know not to trust. And it's like, you're clearly getting me into something that I know I should be afraid of, because you're a freaking American. And that's the thing. It's like these Americans showing up with lots of money to throw around to ex-SAS guys to do simple jobs. It's nothing. You're going to just come in and go out. No worries. Yeah. We'll see how that all works out. Anyway, Yeah, that's next episode. So tune in way before the bat time. Next way before the bat channel.
Yes, probably next week around the same time. So should we wrap this up?
Unless you got more to
No,
say.
I'm good.
Okay.
I enjoyed the episode. Like we said, that was basically everything that happened. But I enjoyed it. Even though it wasn't, like you said, it was a B story. But
yeah, it's a filler episode because they can't give you all meat and potatoes in the first 3 free. They give you one encapsulated great arc.
Governor.
You give a nice little filler, and then the third one is like, would you like to see more? Now that you've seen 3. And it's like, it's only $5.99 a month, and you get the Epic channel. And I don't know if are these all on demand on Epics, or are they airing once a week or once a month?
I don't think, because I know last week I saw on DirecTV they had the first 3 episodes on demand, and or did they have more? Because I remember when I tried to do the on demand, it said, "Oh no, you have to subscribe." I was like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah, well, I know because right now on Amazon Prime you can only see the first
3. Yeah.
See more episodes. It says, "Well, would like to subscribe to Epic." So I don't know if I'm going to get a bingeable show or if I'm going to get a piecemeal show. But at least we know that 3 episodes are available, right?
Yeah.
And I got one more before I have to make any final decisions.
I think since it's airing on a TV state, like a cable station, I have a feeling they're going to do one a week.
Yeah, I mean that's the logical thing.
I think the first 3 was kind of like like you said, like a promotional, tease you.
Although Epix now isn't now broadcasting. Like I said, I don't know if Epix is part of the HBO Max package or what we're looking at here, but it's going to be interesting however they break it down. So I'm tempted. I'm going to tell you, this is a show that can tempt me. And for what it's worth, again, I don't think Star Trek could have really had the vibes that this has to really pull you in. This has a lot of over-the-top crazy that Star Trek couldn't do with CBS. Now, if they did like the first 3 episodes of Twilight Zone, that might pull you in. We got that first, and the first one was good. But again, a very encapsulated story. I think you need to have, and this is what I always say about that 7-day trial. You need more to pull a person in. People are way too savvy nowadays. Unless you just got bowls of money, you got nothing else to do with. You're going to have your prime locations that there's stuff you want to watch on. And then you're going to have your free stuff.
Well, that's like, I don't know. I haven't checked out anything else on Epix yet, but I know DirecTV's giving it to us free until, I think, sometime in the middle of August, so.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm on DirecTV now, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but I know regular DirecTV. Yeah, we have the channel free until I think the 17th or something.
And actually, AT&T is renaming DirecTV now. It's no longer going to be DirecTV now. It's going to be ATT TV now. So they're already saying, we're going to restructure. All the restructuring at AOL.
Yeah.
America Online dominates the world.
You've got mail. All right.
You have mail, Philip. Let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here. All right, people. Send us your thoughts. Again, we're going to do the 3rd episode next week. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Follow Capes and Lunatics on Facebook, on Twitter @CapesLunatics. Follow us on Instagram. Check out capesandlunatics.org. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel, our weekly newsletter, capesandlunatics.home.blog. The voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And you can catch us, all our shows live on GetVocal.com. Charlie Esser.
Well, if you'd like to follow me or write to me in that old-fashioned email way, like our mothers and fathers did long ago on the AOL, who now rules the airwaves of Pennyworth, you can do so at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, @gmail.com. And, of course, follow me on Twitter as I live tweet things, which is becoming an ending bad because every show is now streaming. All my shows are getting more streaming, and I don't get to live tweet them anymore. It's very depressing for me. But you can do that at Charlie Esser. That's CHARLIE
Apple juice.
ESSER. Look for the 2 E's in the
For
middle
quality.
for randomness. Okay. So pick us out of
I'm
here.
getting us out of here. Oh, I just love it. In the middle of your plug, Tristan just yells, "Apple juice!"
Apple juice. It's good stuff. Enjoy. Always imbibe.
Have a pint.
Have a point, Governor. Pour it slow. I want you to pour it slow.
I can watch.
That gentleman, he didn't have a good mom. I'm gonna say his mom was not on the ball. I blame the mom. Always blame the mom.
And he just had he just had random guy. Well, he's crime boss's nephew. I was gonna say he just had random guys ready to kill somebody.
Yeah. That's England for you. What are you gonna do? Serve the crown. Oh shoot! Gotta say it. That's one of the things I loved best about this episode was, Thomas Wayne said it would be great service to your country, and Alfred saying, "I served my country since I was 16." Fudge you.
Ooh.
Love that.